We bang, man. Yeah. True to the grit, true to the grit. When we bang, man. We the place where it's always popping. All those players be panty dropping. Cops don't run the city, but the cuffs still be a fucking locking. When the bank gets hit, better watch out, cause streets is body dropping.
I gotta restart my eyes. Let's try this again. Ah ha ha, there we are. There you are. I know your daughter was asking if anyone was going to be streaming, and I was like, I'm going to be. I'm sure my mom will be in my stream at some point, so you'll be able to say hi to her. And I appreciate the follow, Miss Mama Ma'am. Yeah, for some reason, like, when I first threw my eyes on, it wasn't saying I was live anywhere, which was weird. I was checking everywhere. I just did not want to show me anywhere. Pop out chat. Hey Jay, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate that.
Are you even live?
Yeah, I had to restart my eyes because it wasn't showing up live anywhere, and I was like, that's weird. But it's showing I'm live on Twitch, Facebook, and stuff. What?
So people stop, always see me coming out and coming in here at the worst times.
I mean, coming to talk to a judge at any point in time is not a good time. What's up? No. No. We're not doing the Roblox thing. Sorry, bud. I looked into it and it costs money. I see your mouth is moving, but no words were coming out of your mouth.
Me.
I was on whisper. Someone get streets in here.
I'll call him.
It was out front by Doofy.
Oh yeah. Well, how does it feel to sell out for a car?
Depends on, I'll let you know in a couple days, actually. Maybe.
This motherfucker. You're flipping for a car?
So what?
You're flipping for a car?
I don't know what you heard. I'm not flipping on nothing. Are you wearing a wire?
No.
Yeah. I'm flipping for a car.
Okay.
But it's a special car.
Oh.
One that I've dreamed about for many, many years.
For many moons.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
What's that supposed to mean? Sounds about right.
I mean, there's always a price, right?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. I'll let Cooter ride in it after the trial's done.
That's if you even want to be associated with him. Or vice versa.
Well, I hope he's not mad at me. Did you find him?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that's fine. I want to see what's going on.
Did you speak to Doofy already?
I did.
Did he get to come up?
That's if I told him that's up to you for you to talk to him about coming up. He wants my Dodge pickup truck.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I spoke to him, and apparently he was peer pressured to shit, and wasn't really involved.
Yeah, he said he was peer pressured into doing it and taking the pictures. That's what he told me.
Okay, well.
What the fuck? No, he wasn't.
And then who's the guy who?
Oh, he's out here on the left side, sitting beside a redhead. I told him that you probably want to talk to him. He's the one that was pissed the shit out.
Okay, I'll bring him into the change. Let's talk to McWhite first and get everything set.
Yep.
So McWhite, you hear right off your freedom to silence?
You said what?
You're signing off your freedom to silence here?
Yeah.
You're gonna give us everything and everything?
Everything that I have the knowledge of, yes.
Okay. Someone should probably write it down, get him to sign it, or have him, sign it.
I mean, does he have a notepad in his pocket?
Streets, don't you have a notepad?
I have not had one. I haven't had time to pick one up dealing with all this shit.
Okay, this old man is kind of useless sometimes.
I do not, but yeah.
I mean,
Is one of my lawyers out there? Or no?
I don't think any of your lawyers are here.
See this right here?
Yes, sir.
I say it's here that from Mr. Riker that you have agreed to testify and be telling the truth, nothing but the truth. And that you're signing off your rights to stay silent on the case that matter.
All right.
Do you agree upon this this little thing right here, this nice little contract?
Yeah. Where's the part there that shows me that I'm getting my vehicle?
You didn't take up the offer when we gave it to you, so
Wait, what?
yeah.
I thought you said you did give him the offer to get it.
Well, he did give him the offer, but he didn't respond back. I've been in. He hasn't came in. I still even haven't got the anonymous talk or the anonymous paperwork.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Just like you're probably gonna forget to testify too, right? Yeah, that's not gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna get caught with my pants down.
All right. So this basically
Keeps
stay out
you-
of jail.
Yep, and keep your job.
All right.
Might even get a promotion.
I don't want that promotion.
Because we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you want to sign this?
Yep.
All right, sign it. Okay, thank you, Judge. So this is everything. You're going to sign it. There's your bailiff. And then I'll have Riker sign it. All right. Attorney General Riker. Everything look good? Have you signed this? All right, cool. All right, everybody sign.
Did
And I
you
will
sign
as a
it?
witness. I'm going to sign it now as a witness.
Well, I mean, well, defense could do open statement.
No, I know that the courts don't decide who keeps their job.
All right.
You can go outside in the stand for a little bit.
Oh, no, there's the guy in the red shirt. Hey, County 200, can you be a bailiff here for the judge? You'll be standing up beside her podium.
I will leave it up
Rishi,
to
thank you, sir.
Fletcher to decide what to do because he is HR.
The news just requested everybody gets out there to just make sure everybody's on their outside voices so that their cameras pick up. All
Outside?
all they
Okay.
said.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Do-
just when they get out there.
Yeah, hang on. Doofy, are you going to testify or no?
Me?
Is your name Doofy?
Oh, you're testing.
No, not Doofy.
I'm
No, I'm talking
Johnny.
about Doofy.
You're
Doofy
John?
Dogs.
Johnny Bose.
Oh, then I need to take you off of jury duty.
With him on the other
Yeah,
side.
that's why I showed up early to figure out.
If you're testifying, correct?
You guys will be bailiffs.
Yes, that's what the state defense said, I believe.
Okay, well then I will be. Yeah.
How many jurors do we have?
Wow.
One now, I guess.
Only one.
Because I was selected,
You-
but
you were
I'm
number
testifying.
You were number 3. We got EMS commissioners here too. She hasn't been involved. She said she can do it too. She just didn't make it in time to apply for one.
She can still apply. There's still time to apply. I haven't started the case yet.
Where do I need to sit?
Sit down.
You will be sitting
I mean,
behind.
sitting in the stands.
No, that's jury.
Or in the fucking viewing area there.
Oh, yeah.
In the regular seats?
Yep. Until you're called
Okay.
forward.
Is that all you needed me for?
Oh no, we want to get you like a pretty much like a formal explanation of what
Yeah,
you're
coming
gonna
up.
do that day.
So, let me lower my voice. So, here's what happened, right? So, I went to NYPD to get a weapons license, right? And they told me to wait for the officer to show up to that could issue the weapons license. So I went in my head, and they did all that stuff while I was in my head. I've seen videos surface of where Chief Cooter claims that it was consensual, which is not true. I came back to all. Yeah, he was there. He was 100% there. And then I come back to all these images posted on Twitter of them pissing on me and shitting on me and whatnot. So that's what happened.
Okay. Well, when I call you up to the stand, I need you to kind of explain it just like that. If you know any more details of that day, explain that. But for the most part, try to give the general knowledge and try to, if you remember who was there, try to give names right away.
Okay.
So
I will.
obviously, you know, Cooter's name obviously is probably the most important right now, but any other name would matter too.
Okay, will do.
Alright, so I'll let you out. You can just stand in the viewing area for now. Are you gonna ask Street to if he's gonna actually
Yes, it is the first big court
be a
case.
witness or not?
I'm gonna fucking sit down.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I have to go get something real quick.
He's not gonna be one.
He's in his head.
He won't take the stand.
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
As I kind of got Coder up on my TV and I think Mr. Garcia, I think he's streaming too, so Mr. Sinner Sloth.
I'm kind of talking kind of quiet right now with my mic. Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is the most dire part. I think this is probably like the most drawn out part so far right now. The more dire part is going to be when I actually get in the courtroom. That's where all the dramatics and everything's going to be. Riker's in his head for a moment.
What happened to were they in the other chambers?
What's up?
They're in the other chambers?
Yeah. So where do you need me and Agent Garcia sit?
You will be with Bishop.
Cool. Okay.
He's in his head. But you guys, because you guys are the ones that, I mean, technically you'd be with that on that side. Otherwise,
that's what I thought too.
Because you guys are the ones that are help bringing the case forward.
Mm-hmm. Wear your Sunday best, right?
What?
I said, did you wear your Sunday's best?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I even put on fresh deodorant today.
I'm surprised you're not wearing the black cowboy hat.
I was going to.
Socks.
Did you change your socks? Shit.
Yeah, I
I thought about my boxers, but they're not standing up yet, so.
Yeah.
So the jury is all females.
Did she?
EMS commissioner.
Did she apply?
Yeah, she's already sitting over there. Yep.
Okay.
You like my hat?
I love it. There's a Pinky Blinder vibe, bro. I love it.
Pinky Blinder. Yeah, that way she can get paid for it. The whopping $100.
How much?
$100.
$100?
No.
Oh. IRL, you get paid. I think you can only get paid 50 in IRL.
It depends.
Yeah, unless you're selected, and then you get paid the whole time you're there for the case.
Yeah, so I got paid every single day, even though I wasn't selected for an actual hearing. I got paid every single day, and it was like 200 something. They came up.
How was that?
Oh.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I had to go steal a better sandwich.
Well, man, I'm eating a Ghirardelli.
Okay, so Dookie, you're witness?
No, it's gonna be a bail. If you just said you didn't want to do it.
I'm a pussy.
You got two guys taking the stand, McWhitey and that other one, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna go stand over there. You guys can start whenever. Oh, actually, you need to be up there with me.
With who?
You.
Up there with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were the arrest.
I'm gonna send one of the bailiffs in to escort you out then. When you're ready. I don't know if they're out here yet.
Yeah, so I need someone to get, like, shout all rise when I walk out or something. I gotta start the case. What? Um. Ba, ba, ba. What the hell? What the?
Okay.
Ma'am,
are you ready?
18, 55.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
For some reason, it's not letting me
Here we
start
come.
it.
You're good. Here we come.
All rise, please.
McWhite.
I don't know if I can hear her.
May all be seated?
Oh,
Yeah, she tells me she did.
All right, so I want, for the record, the defense team to please state your names for the record.
Sir. Monady.
Wyatt Robertson.
Genghis Khan.
Defendant.
Oh, Chief Billy Bob Cooter.
Thank you very much. And for the state, can you guys please go ahead and state your names for the record?
U.S. Attorney General Bishop Riker.
FIB Director Jason Street.
Special Agent Ray Garcia.
Thank you. All right, thank you. At this time, I will begin with the opening statements. State, please.
If you give me a second, you get defense first.
All right, defense, go ahead.
Usually opening statements are done.
Yeah, opening statements.
Put the phone down. Give it to me. Give it to me. It's time to eat. Now phone down.
Defense, please start with your opening statement.
You want me to start with mine?
Yeah.
Well, I guess what we're here to do is to decide whether the evidence that has been brought against my client is factual or ineffectual evidence. I am here today to prove two things: to discredit as much as I can with the shoddy work that was done, on this entire case and basically get my client off. That's about the only statement I have.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Wait, I had a throat issue. Okay. We are here today for to put on prosecution towards Billy Bob Cooter over the evidence brought upon him, meaning
Chief.
here to prove of any and all guilty of what he has done towards the state, towards its civilians, and towards his own department. Corruption of what we have seen that's beyond anything I've ever seen before, even from his predecessor. Their lawyer might talk about disproving and all, but at the end of the day, the jury will see the truth and the state will see the truth. So we're here to prove him wrong and prove him guilty.
All right, State, do you have anyone that you would like to call to the stand?
I'll start off with A1 Johnny Bosa. What's up?
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may be seated.
Alrighty, Mr. Bosa. So it seems you had a little altercation with SAST at MRPD. Am I right?
Yes.
Alright, you can just go ahead and explain to the jury what exactly happened that day and what ended up being of that.
Yeah, so I messaged SAST about obtaining a weapons license, and they basically said, yeah. Well, at first they said I couldn't get one because at the time I had been convicted of a few misdemeanors. Chief Cooter actually, he intervened and said, yeah, he can get a weapons license, with just a misdemeanor. So they told me to come down to MRPD. I go down there and they tell me when I get there that I need to wait for the officer to get there that can issue the weapons license. So I actually went in my head there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And during that time frame, Chief Billy Bob Cooter and I know Officer Doofy was there as well, I believe. And his team of police officers proceeded to piss on me and take pictures of it, as well as defecating on me and taking pictures of them doing that as well, and posted it to Twitter. I never consented to any of that. However, I did receive the weapons license after I got back.
Alright. So as far as everything that you know from there, are you able to verify who was there for the most part?
I can 100% verify that Chief Billy Bob Cooter was there and Officer Doofy. Or Sergeant Doofy, rather.
As far as anybody else, you don't really remember what other troopers or even deputies could have been there?
No, but I know there were at least 4 or 5 of them there. But those 2 that I mentioned for sure.
Okay. And what kind of trauma did this cause for you?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
They're establishing a pattern. So overruled.
So May I answer the question?
Yeah.
So I've been having nightmares, ever since that happened. I've been having a lot of sweats during my sleep, waking up, wee hours of the night, kind of recollecting what happened that night, especially after seeing the posts on Twitter, knowing that everyone in the city could see what was going on. It's been pretty terrible.
So it's safe to say that you kind of received, emotional trauma, and obviously you've been embarrassed to the state, and probably your own people too.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I got no further questions then.
Defense.
Yes, sir. Who said it? Listen, hey, there's no proof that was me. I didn't post those pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do for me?
Defense, it's your turn.
Shit, that's supposed to be.
1 second, Your Honor.
Yeah, Johnny Bosa. Johnny Bosa.
You can ask him his name at the stand now.
I mean, he's got
Johnny Bosa.
Just look up the last name B-O-S-A.
I feel like they don't have their shit together.
Some of us weren't aware he was going to be testifying.
There we go. All right. So, Mr. Bosa, can you, tell me what your occupation is?
Say again?
Your occupation. What do you do?
Right now I'm out of work.
What did you do at this point in time at the incident?
Nothing.
You didn't work anywhere, have any employment record, nothing like that?
Nope.
What was the need for an unemployed person to have a weapons license?
To protect myself as a civilian.
You can't, rely on any of these officers in the courtroom to protect you? I don't walk around with a weapon at all.
Well, maybe that's because you're an idiot. When I'm asleep in my house at night, I'd like to have some protection near me.
Okay. So, looking at these pictures that were submitted and everything, these pictures don't look as bad as you describe it as. First off, I don't even see my client in these pictures. I see a bunch of other officers, but I don't have an actual picture of his face doing any of this stuff.
Nice.
All the shots are from above.
How was that movie?
And you stating that you were in your head during this, how would you know that it was my client?
Because I saw him face to face. I know for a fact he was there.
But I mean, if you were, thinking about something else, how would you know what they were doing to you?
They posted it on Twitter afterwards. You have the pictures.
I have the pictures. I have the pictures of wiggling their butts in front of you. I have their pictures of them holding their hands in front of themselves. And I don't see any I don't see any defecation or anything like that. I just see them surrounding you.
Half these photos gotta go.
I don't personally have the pictures, but they definitely urinated on me.
Okay. I mean, did you put any kind of complaints or anything into about that at that point in time of incident?
I did not.
Okay. I mean, because if someone was urinating and defecating on me and surrounding me and making me feel uncomfortable, I would have definitely gone to, a higher up at that point. Because there are people that are above him. I mean, there were conversations that you said you would do anything for a gun license.
There were not.
So you never said that you would do anything for a gun license.
No.
Okay. No, like I said, it's like you need the gun license for protection, but I see you have multiple convictions, at least 7 of them on record.
What's the question?
So I'm just saying. I mean, you got convictions for kidnapping, armed robbery, resisting arrest, reckless driving. I mean, criminal possession of a Class B weapon, drug trafficking.
Which all happened after that.
Okay. But I mean, this is what they're saying. It's like, if you're such an upstanding citizen at that point, why would you, not blow the whistle sooner?
I don't think that has anything to do with what happened.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, you're making allegations that these officers, sprayed their excrements all over you. Am I correct?
Yes. It's not an allegation, though.
Well, it is an allegation because it was never brought up to anybody beyond that. Not until my client was accused of, corruption and all that, until this miraculous evidence appeared.
What's the question?
It's saying it's like, you made no complaints to anybody, correct?
I did not.
And now you're here today to sit there and tell us about this experience that was never complained upon, correct?
That's correct.
I mean, all I see are pictures of officers surrounding you. They could have been dancing for all we know. They could have been clapping for all we know. These are pictures. There's a lot to be left to these pictures. Am I correct?
I haven't seen the pictures that you have, so I can't answer that really.
I mean, they were made public record. They were leaked out the Weasel News and leaked out all over to the city.
So, yeah.
And the pictures have been out there.
He just said that he saw them posted on Twitter. And he's saying he's never seen them.
I mean, you personally were thinking about other things. I mean, if I was sitting there with a group of officers and they were surrounding me, I wouldn't be thinking about other things. I'd be thinking about what's going on right now.
Are you questioning me or just talking to me?
For now, that's just a statement. I'm just curious of why you never made any complaints. I mean, what was the reason on that?
Well, I was pretty embarrassed about the whole situation, so I kind of just kept it to myself.
Did you seek any kind of medical attention after the incident?
Nope.
Have you sought any medical condition at all up to today?
I have not.
Okay. I got no further questions.
Your Honor, I just have one more question.
Go ahead.
Mr. Bosa, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you said in your previous statement that you saw these pictures posted on Twitter of the officers urinating and dropping their feces on your body, correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's also my understanding that you just told one of the lawyers, defense lawyers, that you have never seen these pictures, correct?
No, I didn't say that. I said I haven't seen the pictures that he has. Don't get my words twisted.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. May I approach real quick, Judge?
You may.
Alright. Putting this out for the evidence. A few pictures here of what exactly went on that day. You might be a little far away. I would
I'm sorry, what?
providing some evidence to all these claims. A few pictures that were taken from that day, you know.
I'm sorry, what? You would
Something
like...
that you may be able to see and the jury may see.
Yeah, the boardroom.
Yes. Alright. If everyone is there to see everything, I can go ahead and start showing. So first piece of evidence here is showing them obviously not only urinating but defecating on the witness here. Hopefully everyone can see it clearly. Alright. Subject 2 will be another one showing them in a group, showing the same 5 people around him, doing what looks like a sexual remark on a teddy bear in front of them. This one what shows right here, pretty plain picture of Chief Cooter pretty much grinding up on him while he was just standing there. That one is not for that yet. Here's another one of them defecating on him, all in one little circle there. If you look closely, you can probably see pretty well that Doofy might be one of them, and even maybe McWhite might be there. Here's a closer picture of them urinating on them. If you look closely at one man with a Santa outfit on, pretty close to what the other picture shows of Cooter wearing.
That's disgusting. I can't believe somebody would do that.
But yeah, as far as you can see, we have pretty clear pictures of what they did that day to him. So as far as any claims that this might be something that might or might not happen, we have pretty well evidence right there to show off what exactly happened.
It's not working.
What was that? Is his voice box a little loose?
Who, mine?
Oh, no, because I heard it said it not working.
Any further questioning for Johnny here?
Nope, I do not. Any further questioning? Well, actually, maybe one more, real quick. Well, I'll hand him this one for his sake. All right, Mr. Boss, I want you to look at that real quick and please confirm exactly who that was there.
So that is Chief Cooter. He was wearing the outfit that entire interaction. The other officer, I don't know who that is, but that's my bike sitting there.
All right. Well, I got no further questions, Judge.
Alright, State, who do you have anyone else you'd like to call to the stand?
Yes, I want to call Assistant Chief Tim McWhite.
What?
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may be seated.
Mr. Tim McWhite, you're currently the assistant chief for the SAST, am I right?
Yes.
You and Chief Cooter over here work very closely. You guys do a lot of things together. You've seen a lot of things, and you can tell us the truth on certain matters.
Yes.
Okay. The first one I do want to involve is I remember throughout the case files I saw of a video where you guys were doing what looks like a meeting with FIB and the BCSO and SAST for a raid, I believe. Is that right?
Okay. Yep.
Throughout the video, I was able to see that there was a few moments there where yourself started doing what looks like cocaine, and then it seems like Chief over here also did it at one point. So tell me, is any of that true or
Yes, I did do a bumpy bump.
okay? And did Chief Cooter do it after you or before you?
I wasn't with him before. Afterwards, there was a couple times. Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, if the jury can look into the emails, I can show you the video of that certain day.
Your Honor, I think
Do we have a medic?
Yeah, I think the cameraman passed out. We need a medic.
Well, we have the commissioner.
We do got a medic right over here.
Can we get a medic on this guy right here?
You hate to see it.
Forgot to eat, I guess.
He needs some milk.
I'll give him a sec to get back up.
Don't forget to eat.
Okay. So as far as the jury saw, you're able to see there in that video clearly that McWhite here did, in fact, take a little sniff.
I'm be honest, I got distracted by the events that happened in the courtroom.
Yeah, me too.
If you could redo the video.
Yeah, of course. So I'll wait for Commissioner here to get back in her seat so she has time to watch. You are absolutely right about that. Okay, if the jury's all ready, I'll replay the video for everyone.
Have you seen the video?
Be the detective.
Alright, so if everyone saw that, as clearly seen on the side of Cooter there, you can clearly see and even hear that McWhite over here did a bump of coke there. Now the question for that is, where exactly did you get it from?
So I received it from Chief.
With that included, we have also a video showing from Cooter's body cam showing him giving it to McWhite. So I will show that to the jury now.
You can join the boardroom and see what evidence is being shown.
So as you can clearly see, you can see Chief Cooter not only obviously having it, but you can see clearly that he did give it out over to Assistant Chief McWhite over here. Possibly even under the influence at the time of giving him to also. Another thing I do want to ask, there was a picture on Twitter, I believe, about a fire that had begun, and it seems that it showed what I believe is Chief Cooter there in front of it. Is that true?
What fire are you talking about? I don't know anything about a fire. I might have been on suspension at that time.
Okay. We'll skip it through though. One thing I do want to ask you about is there was a moment in time where I believe Chief Cooter did start passing out what he claims to be party favors to a numerous amount of troopers. I want to know if you know anything about that, if that's even true.
I did hear allegations of that. At that time, though, I was out and doing my detective work. I believe that was either the first or second day that he became chief.
Okay. In that moment, I'll save that for when I bring up Chief himself up here. But for right now, I believe anything else that I want to ask you is pretty much more of the fact of how long have you known of the activities that he's done? How long have you known of the drugs he's been keeping on him? And a good question is, where is he getting these drugs exactly from?
Um, it's been intermittent, honestly. I think it was just real bad, like the first, say, like week till you got the new job, and then kind of everything kind of spiraled out of control there. But where he's getting the stuff, I don't know.
Okay, but you can't confirm he's been passing it out like what he calls party favors to other troopers and such.
I've personally seen him hand it out to other troopers other than me, but I have heard allegations of it. Yep.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell the judge and the jury here about any situation that you know of that can be included with this?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay, so you are unsure of at the time that you and Chief Cooter were together talking about sending someone to harass Weasel News, where you offered up, what was it, 20 grand, and then Chief Cooter offered up 25, I believe, for pictures of bodies.
Yeah. I vaguely know what you're talking about.
Do you? So you can't confirm that you guys did do that.
Vaguely, yes.
Because if we look at your bank statements, it clearly shows you transferred over to someone. It shows 25 grand, so I'm assuming that you paid the full, but the idea was half yours, wasn't it? Or at least a portion of harassing them for the most part.
Yeah.
Now, what was exactly the reason for him to offer 25 grand for what was called pictures of bodies? What does that mean?
Don't call me sir, that's your name.
I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know if he just wanted like a picture of Mr. Weasel guy here, or what exactly he meant by that.
Okay. But there's confirmation that you two were involved in that.
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Establishing a pattern.
All right. If I may continue. So at that point, I will also show the jury a video from body cam showing that certain moment too.
There he is.
Hey, can you turn that down?
20 grand to go kill him?
Hey, how did y'all send him off
He's
to community service?
COMSERV, COMSERV. Or what his ID? You gotta give him his ID. What'd you just offer him?
I do nothing.
What'd you just do?
What?
Do what I think you did?
I'm working on a
Ain't no
deal.
fucking way.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
All right. Oh no, you were just checking on me. Make sure. I
Oh
was
no,
doing
we just came to
service,
say,
not trying to
hey man,
escape.
we appreciate you supporting the movement. Hashtag fake news. Fuck
Yeah,
we.
fuck him. It wasn't a pick.
I need you to protest in front of Weasel News. I need you to bash him on Twitter. All that, okay?
Or is there any extra if I send you a
Yeah,
picture of the
25
bodies?
grand extra.
I will.
All right.
Hey.
Get that?
And we never met, right?
No,
Alright,
no,
cool.
no. I don't even know who you are.
All right.
Hey
Oh,
T,
shit.
remember you a real gangster, you know what I'm saying? Gangsters don't snitch.
I love you.
Love you too, T.
Love you.
That's my gangster right there.
God damn it.
You fucking, I cannot believe.
Bro, you said an extra 25 for bodies. I never said that. What the fuck?
Listen, I heard you offer the 25 grand. You take multiple uses of cocoa. No, you can't.
No, I offered
You can't
20
for ecstasy.
for them
You
to
can't
bash
for
him on
ecstasy.
Twitter and protest. He said how much extra for bodies? You said 25.
No, I want to see. I want pictures of the bodies.
So clearly seeing, you can see that they went up to a Tyrone who was currently doing community service at the moment. You can obviously see McWhite went up to talk to him at first, and as he clearly stated, he wanted them to bash them on Twitter, protest them at Weasel News, and total kind of harass them overall. And then you hear which I thought was just moving the price up to 25K, but it seems an extra 25K to get pictures of bodies. And you can clearly hear in the video somewhere there he even asked about killing them. But that part I'm not sure if that was exactly what was told to him to do. Is that something you want to deny there, McWhite, or is that the truth about what happened that day?
Objection.
An objection here, sec.
Overruled.
What? So, what?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Do you want to stand here in the court and deny that, or is that the truth about what happened that day?
Well, I mean, I guess it's the truth. You got it on body cam, so.
Okay. At that point, I have no other questions.
You want to take this one?
You go.
Oh, you want me to? All right, is it Mr. McWhite?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. McWhite. So the video we sit there and saw, the whole Weasel News thing. You were paying an individual to harass Weasel News, correct?
Yes, that was the intention.
Was that transaction made out of your bank account?
Yes.
Okay. You know,
Can we offer him? He looks like he's sweating.
what kind of deal are you getting out of this sitting on the stand and, talking about all this?
For I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose that info, to be completely honest.
Judge?
You swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay.
So help you God.
This basically, if I came up here and testified, no charges would be brought up on me, and I would get to keep my job.
So basically, a slap on the wrist. Anything else? I mean,
No, that's all. That's on the deal.
no monetary increase, no additionals of property or anything like that.
Promotion.
Nope.
Okay. Is there any kind of penance, drug treatment program, random drug tests?
For me, yeah.
For you, yeah, because I mean that's a part of the deal. So what are you getting on? Because right now it sounds like you get pretty much a slap on the wrist.
Oh yeah, I have to do therapy. It's like once a month, and then I have to do drug testing every before every shift. So yeah.
Have you worked any shifts?
I have not.
You have
Not
been able to do your drug testing yet? Drug testing?
No, I have not.
What did you hand that defendant?
You said what?
You know, in the video, it shows you handing something off to the man that was doing community service. What did you hand him?
Oh, I believe that was his items that I told him he could get back after he was done with community.
Oh, so you just handed him back like just standard items?
Yeah.
No weapons of any kind, no contraband.
I don't believe so. Not to my knowledge. It was just I believe he did get a baseball bat back, but I think that's the only thing weapon-wise.
Okay. Can you explain to me the hashtag fake news?
The hashtag fake news. I really don't know that. That was
It's a whole movement that y'all had going.
Not that I had going. I was I honestly paid the man to harass Weasel News because at the end of the day, Cooter is my boy, and I know they have been pressing him hard with their fake news stories, so.
So to say, if they don't get the answers they want, they just basically tabloid it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
In your opinion, would that put the police chief under undue stress?
Absolutely, it is very stressful.
So I mean, is that the reason why that y'all were having the hashtag movement to protest fake news?
Yeah.
So you paid $25,000 for a man to go down there and harass them. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
So there were never any pictures of bodies.
No.
To your knowledge.
To my knowledge, no. I didn't receive any, nor did I see any.
And let's see here if I can show this real quick. I'm gonna pull up a piece of body cam here.
What's up? What the hell are you guys doing? Oh, I drink. I'm sorry.
I had to blow my nose. Sorry
So
about
you
that.
painted the mural on the ceiling.
You wanna blow your nose? had to blow my nose. Sorry about that. You want to blow your nose?
What do you?
I got you. Just in case you need to blow your nose, you know what I mean? I got you some tissue paper.
Hey, Chief, I think the FIB's here.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Chief, I think you gave me that cold that you have.
Fuck. Dr. Street, drug locations, the yellow biz. Damn,
About to be
okay.
real busy. Yeah.
Not bad.
So, was there a, I guess, a allergy epidemic running around in the entire PD department? You had to blow your nose.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Were there any drug tests performed when this evidence came out?
Yes, actually, me and Chief had to go do a blood test, and we got our STD test done at the same time up at the hospital.
And the results of those drug tests for you were?
So it was barely enough. They said that it barely showed up.
Okay, how many days was that between? Y'all call it blowing your nose and the test?
I honestly can't remember. But the day of that, we did do a bunch of raids at multiple drug locations and set a poppy field on fire.
So the minuscule amounts could have been from the burning poppy fields.
You said what?
So the minuscule amounts could have been from burning poppy fields, correct?
Yes, that is what Miss Vera had told us and the officers.
Okay. So it just looks to me that Mr. Cooter that day just had a bad cold. Oh, excuse me, Chief Cooter had a bad cold.
Possibly.
Any questions for him?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Go ahead.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Awesome, thank you. Do you mind stating your name for the court, please?
Timothy McWhitey. Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Did you hear me? Timothy McWhitey.
Okay, thank you for that. Mr.
You're welcome.
McWhitey, it appears to me that you have been involved in multiple illegal situations that Chief Cooter is being accused of doing. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, possibly may look that way. I was in the area for several occasions because me and Cooter did do work together quite often. Yes.
Well, according to the evidence that has been brought to the courts, you have been doing some illegal activities with Chief Cooter, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you believe it to be fair that you are getting a slap on the wrist with no charges coming your way, but Chief Cooter is here on trial on this very day?
Can I get an amen?
That you are doing yourself. You're doing the exact same things that the chief is doing as well, correct?
Accused of.
Yep.
Allegedly being accused of, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, will you explain to the jury what the deal you and the FIB have made?
That if I testified against Cooter in this case here, that I would not have charges brought upon me.
Okay, and what happens if you don't testify on Cooter?
Then I go to jail and get charged.
Thank you for that. So would you say that it would be unfair that Chief Cooter is getting charged and you're not? Don't you think that Chief deserves the same treatment as you?
Sure.
Okay. Do you believe that Chief Cooter deserves a chance to prove that he can stay sober, such as yourself, correct?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
We have one quick question, real quick. Who put Cooter in the position of chief?
I believe that would have been Commissioner Streets.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Yep.
If there's no more further questioning for Tim McWhite, you may leave the stand.
I can ask questions?
No.
What?
Am I good?
You are good.
Sweat my balls off right now, goddamn.
All right, State, do you have anyone else you would like to bring to the stand?
What was that?
Do you have anyone else to bring to the stand?
Sorry about that. I had my voice in my head for a second. I would like to call up Mr. Anderson from Weasel News.
Is he present?
He's in the back corner there holding the camera.
Oh, my apologies. I was in my head. Was I called to the stand?
Yep. All right, raise your hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me.
All right, you may be seated.
Can't hear him back here. That's why.
You might have to use your outside voice.
Can you hear me now?
Chest.
How about now?
I'm not sure if the rest of the court can hear.
How about now?
There we go.
There you are. All right, Mr. Anderson. You are I presume, the manager for Weasel News or the owner?
the producer of Wizard News, Johnson.
Okay. So as far as a few things with what has been going on, obviously you have put out news articles about Cooter and stuff that's been said about him and stuff that's been said about you. The first thing I want to ask, for most of the articles that you put out for him, how much of them have been truthful to the full extent?
All articles and all news that Weasel News ever puts out is partially unbiased, truth-based, but fully factually thought about news articles.
Okay. Let's talk about that night that you were able to see. You were harassed by a certain individual that at the time you were unaware had been paid to do so, right?
No, you're talking about the two African American gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, initially, it actually, I mean, initially wasn't harassment. I had previously done a news story regarding their interactions with SAST on the highway, and so they asked if they could have basically wanted to present a statement regarding the fact that they were never told their rights, given their rights when they were arrested. So I agreed to show up at the Legion Square to basically film it, and I was going to subsequently interview SAST regarding it. And and so they had gone about explaining to their situation. They were never given the Miranda rights. The first gentleman was cordial, no problem whatsoever. He walked away. The other gentleman, I believe his name was Tyrone, and it was the T individual that from the leaked information that we were provided that chief, corrupt Chief McCooter and not so corrupt Chief or Assistant Chief Whitey was talking to, and it was that said individual who wanted to talk to me about his situation, how he was harassed by PD, how he had problems with them. And then, once it was finishing out, he used the words, quote unquote, this is for all that fake news. At which point, he pulled out what appeared to be either a knife or a shiv, and subsequently stabbed me multiple times live on air.
Okay, and it seems you posted a story right after that, or a little bit after that, didn't you?
Correct. About I was rescued by a couple number of individuals, transported to the pillbox, and then at that point, I wrote that very story that led up to that situation. Correct.
Okay. As far as with you and SAST, you would say you were probably pretty well targeted by them.
Absolutely. Through our well-developed 50-second resourced truth-based material, we uncovered a number of different situations, including capturing McWhitey dealing drugs straight out with getting lean out while on duty, and a number of different situations in which, of course, those said members would like to flail out and say it is fake news because it's about them, and so that caused subsequent targeting of specifically me as well as Weasel News. That included times in which I was taken hostage by individuals, in which the moment that Chief Cooter saw who it was, he's like, "Okay, guys, we're leaving."
Put the phones away, boys.
Immediately, he was willing to give up his duty to protect others by his own biased opinion of me. And there's a number of situations in which we, as witnesses to, I think actually to the Tyrone individuals or a number of other individuals, me and my assistant producer over there in the other camera, Clark Kent, were taken in, asked for, we were being asked for a statement. And we were saying, okay, so when we're not obviously we're not arrested for anything, because obviously we didn't do anything wrong, because we're just filming situations. Oh, no. McWhite is saying, no, we're just, want to get a statement. And the moment we get in there, not only were the doors locked, at this point we're never read our rights, we never said that we have committed a crime, but the door itself was locked. And also, the chief immediately, this was actually regarding a recent bust that was happening, which we had received information. And immediately, Chief had come down on me, basically asking who our sources were, and I told him we cannot provide any information for our sources. I mean, this whole situation was completely not relevant to the reason why we were there. And so he was trying to verbally, forcefully try to get me to reveal information that, because at that time, the FIB was, we were speaking with the FIB regarding some of these stories about situations. And so he wanted to know where the information regarding the raid came from. And I told him I couldn't do it. And so he was being very verbally abusive and very obstructive, try to get me to reveal that information. It also came into the same situation where we had leaked information regarding the raid that subsequently would have led to the drug locations, and how we were down at the airport covering it, and he actually came up to us and asked us why we were there. And I told him we're here covering information that was leaked to us, and at which point we were actually, they were attempting to bribe us for the knowledge as to our sources was, including McWhitey and a number of the other officers and the chief there, for us to reveal who our sources were. That was soon after the FIB director Streets had shown up, in which we conducted the press conference at that point.
Okay.
So yes, we've been targeted a number of times for releasing true information that they just didn't want to get out there.
Alrighty. One thing I do want to kind of emphasize: you can confirm that the gentleman who did stab you is Tyrone, the same gentleman we saw in that video that they were talking to.
That is correct. Not Tyrone, T-Bone. His name was T-Bone. The other individual, gentleman, I can't remember what his name was, but it was a second individual, the one that went by the name of T. But his full name was T-Bone.
Objection. Hearsay.
It came
Overruled.
directly from his mouth.
Okay, I got no further questions.
Can I check my phone? My grandma just texted me.
No.
Really important.
Hey, do you mind stating your name, please?
Yes, my name is Weezy News producer Steve Namson.
Okay. It is my understanding that you have told the courts today that you had a leaked source, correct?
That is correct.
Phones away, please.
Okay. Do you mind letting the jury know who leaked the sources?
No, that is confidential information, and we cannot reveal that information unless by court order. And it was the same exact information that I gave, provided to the chief, in which that is at that point is when he tried to bribe me. I think it went up to about $500,000.
Phones away.
Your Honor, I can't help it. My grandma keeps calling me. I'm so sorry.
Agent. What's up with that one? It's fine.
If I see a cell phone out one more time, I'm gonna have one of the bailiffs here confiscate all cell phones.
Ray.
Can't. Okay. Well, my grandma keeps calling me. Can I get a chance to pull my cell phone out and turn it on silent? Yes, Your Honor.
No.
I gotta put it on silent, or it's just gonna keep ringing. She keeps calling me.
I'm lying. He came back in. I think boy, he's calling.
My grandma dies. This is on you, Judge.
Well, then rest her soul.
Okay, popped. She's on the way.
Wow. That's pretty harsh to say. Did you guys get that, Weasel News?
Sorry, sir, I'm not filming right now.
Oh, well, this guy behind me is, so fuck you.
Ooh.
Okay. So do you mind telling the court just give us a rundown of the events again, please.
Of which ones? As I stated, there was a number of different separate events. Is there a specific event you would like me to recall?
I'm referring to the leaked information that you got.
Amanda,
Who leaked this?
you
or
like
who
the stream
given you this
too.
leaked information?
Like I told you, unless by court order, Weasel News does not release any sources. So if anyone ever wants to be able to give us any tips, just contact us, Weasel News. So I cannot reveal that information, and like I said, unless by court order. But we did receive, say, for the first leaked information was regarding the fact that there was going to be a raid, and basically I think it's a raid and recovery of the known drug locations, as well as where they were, and that the drugs would be taken. And so, based off of that information, we sent our people out to go ahead and cover the situations, which included our time down at the airport, in which me and one of my stringers at the time were down there. We were approached very forcefully by PD down in a public location, which we had the freedom of the press to actually be. Again, keeping our distance, and so they came up to us in force and was asking us why we were there, or why I was there, because they've already accosted and harassed my stringer, in which he had already left by that time. I told them the reason why I was there, that we received information regarding their operation, that I was down there to cover it. I was covering it from a safe distance, not getting in anyone's way. But at that point, there was actually no one down there. At which point, they became more aggressive in their intent to try to find out who the leaked source was. And at which point they started trying to get a pool among all of the officers that there at the time to gather as much money possible to coax me into revealing who it was, and that's where I had originally described $500,000. At which point, one of the officers, despite the fact that we had our freedom and our right to be down there, they weren't conducting any current operation at the time; they were just gathering. I was told to leave forcefully by one of their officers. At which point, I was working my way back towards our news van. At which point, the FIB had showed up, and then that same officer that was very disrespectful called me back, saying that FIB would like me to actually stay on and to go ahead and film a press conference regarding the operation, in which that was the press conference that you would see from that said operation.
All right, thank you for that. Your Honor, I would like to request that the man here on stand reveal who leaked the information to him.
Has to be a court order in writing.
I don't have that time to be able to write up a court order for such a thing.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Can't be demanded though, right?
It needs to be in writing, sir.
Can you confirm or deny, sir, that the person who leaked the information to you and your news establishment is in this courtroom today?
I cannot confirm nor deny. Like I said, I cannot reveal any information without a court order. That is what we tell to all of our individuals who would like to come provide us with any tips, secure and protected.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
I had to sit up for a moment.
Judge just her own rules. She can order him to give that information. She doesn't have to have it in writing. course, you can do that with your judge.
We have no further questions for this witness.
Alright, you may leave the stand. And Mr. Cooter, I suggest that if you're going to make defamatory remarks against me, you keep them to yourself.
I'm just whispering to my attorneys, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, you're whispering very loudly.
I did that on purpose.
Keep them to yourselves, or I will ask you to leave this courtroom.
I did. I kept it right between me and my lawyer, Your Honor.
Your Honor, real quick, I honestly think it would be in the best interest of the court if Cooter is removed.
I would have to.
He has the right, he does have the right to be present for the court hearing. So he is being given one more opportunity to behave cordially in this courtroom. Next outburst, any side comments, remarks, anything snide or anything of those remarks, he will be removed from this courtroom.
Ma'am.
Call the last witness.
Yes, bailiff.
Mr. McWool. Nope, never mind. Somebody walked outside the door. I don't know who walked out. But Mick White has been going outside the door and possibly calling Mr. Cooter on their phone.
I've been making note of that this entire time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Shall I call the last witness?
Yes.
Alright. For last witness, I want to call up Mr. Billy Bob Cooter.
I'm sorry, what?
You're being called to the stand. Please raise your right hand for me.
Yep.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Mr. Billy Bob Cooter, Chief of SAST, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, obviously, we've been here today, kind of going back and forth about your innocence and what exactly you have or may have not done. One thing I do want to ask you clearly, you're here sitting confidently saying that all of these
Hold on, hold on. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you repeat that? My head was ringing for a second.
No problem. You can confidently sit here and say that most of these things are things that you're confident are not true and that you want to keep your innocence this entire time.
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, for the first piece of evidence, I want to provide to the jury and to the judge and whoever else is watching.
Did you repeat that?
I'm just showing first piece of evidence about some of the activities you've been involved in recently.
Hey, woo! What's your names?
I don't know if I should take this or not.
Which state? Take what?
Party favors. I don't know if it's a test or not.
Armed robbery.
What do you mean?
I don't know if you're testing me or.
I'm just wiping my nose here.
I seem to get that bad
and then
cold
here,
too.
I'm gonna hand this to you too, so you can kind of see what's going on.
I had to blow my nose. Sorry about that.
I mean, clearly seen there, we can very clearly see that Mr. Cooter here was, trying to hand out party favors, or was maybe beforehand. But clearly was also using at the same time. So I think I'd ask you, Mr. Cooter, is what exactly was the point of you having these? Well, where did you get them from, and what were they? What was the point of you, in reality, using this on duty for?
I was just drinking some sugar, eating some sugar, Had a cold. Yeah, sugar usually helps with colds.
Okay. So you're claiming that it's sugar.
Hmm? You know, my grandma has this remedy, like, well, you know, it's like a, you know, just old family tradition that sugar usually helps out with colds, you know. So.
Okay. And we'll show another piece of evidence that we've shown before. We can show it again.
Hmm? I had to blow my nose. Sorry about that. You want to blow your nose?
What do you?
I got you. Just in case you need to blow your nose, you know what I mean? I got you some tissue paper.
Hey, Chief, I think the FIB's here.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Chief, I think you gave me that cold that you have.
Dr. Street, drug locations, the yellow biz.
We're
Damn,
about to be
okay.
real busy. Yeah.
All right.
So, I think we can all see what was in that pockets. But since we want to argue that it's sugar, let's show one more piece of evidence, I guess.
There we go.
Hell, I can't see the shit out of this thing.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
I still got some Coke on me.
So, I mean, calling it sugar, but clearly states Coke, and you even noticing that you still have some on you is, I'm not sure if you clearly would call that still sugar. So again,
I'm not sure how you can see what in my pockets is labeled, you know. Look, to you, it just looks like a bag of sugar. Did you actually, like, get it out of my pockets and test it?
What's that?
Oh, did you? No.
Sorry about that. I had a voice. What was the question you asked me?
I said, you know, you can't really see what it's named in my pockets. You just see that I pull something out of my pocket that looks to be white.
Well,
you did clearly say,
you did clearly say I still have Coke in my pockets.
Oh yeah, you got that?
So I mean, you know, arguing what we
Is that
can't
all?
see or can't see in your pockets, it's you clearly say it right there.
Could have been talking about Coca-Cola.
I mean, you would have said Coca-Cola.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I could have said, "Hey, you want a Coke?" Coke.
I don't think you sniff Coca-Cola either.
I do some crazy shit, man.
Yes, that's very true. I'll give you that one. That's very true. Next thing I want to ask, what exactly is these party favors you're exactly giving out?
It's just some sugar. Everybody had a cold. Told you, my grandma's got this old family, you know, remedy that whenever you got a cold, you can just like do some sugar, and it like helps clear out your nostrils and shit.
All right, well, so or just, I mean, quote unquote sugar.
They're just, you know, it's just some sugar. Did you ever actually get it out of my pockets to test that it wasn't sugar?
Fortunately, I didn't do that part. That should be something that was done by somewhere else.
But it wasn't, was it?
I believe you are on the stand to answer questions, not ask questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just proving my innocence here, Your Honor.
Now, as far as a certain picture, it shows you sitting down somewhere when it's on fire. What I believe, I guess, is Weasel News, isn't that?
Yeah, absolutely. It was setting a perimeter.
Right in front of it, sitting in front of a fire. That's a perimeter.
Yeah, I just want to make sure no one else went in there.
Did you attempt to call the fire department in any case?
I did actually. There was no fire department available. There was no fire or EMS available, and our officers are not trained in fighting fires, so we were just setting a perimeter.
If I may, I just need a quick sec. The defense can go for the question. I have a voice on my head. Don't shut up.
Me again, Chikura. How are you?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. This ankle monitor is really itching though.
Hopefully we can get that situated soon. So, as to be clear, there was no test done on the white substance in your pocket, correct?
Yeah, none at all. The only test that was done was when we went and got drug tested at the hospital.
Do you know how many days from that body cam footage to the drug test was there? Because
The next day.
Next day. Okay. Okay. It is also true that you were involved in a raid that burned a poppy field, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
And y'all did inhale the smoke from the poppy field.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean,
Sorry, were you saying something?
hello, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Sorry about that. My throat kind of got clogged up there for a second. So, how long did you work under? Now I guess it is was it FIB director? Is he the one that promoted you into the position of chief?
Yeah, he was actually. Right before it was his last act as commissioner before he was fired and then put in the FIB director position.
Do you know the reason why he was fired?
Because he couldn't do his job. I'm sorry, that's speculation. That's
Yes,
just
it
what I
is.
was told. But I just know he was fired. But from what I was told, speculation.
Did Mr. Streets train you?
Yeah, he did actually.
Have you done any questionable things under the directions of Streets ever?
Oh God, a dozen.
Could you label out a few?
I'm sorry.
Could you label out a few for us?
Quite a few times we did no knock warrants. We did some. A couple times we took people to the water, body dropped them. Once or twice, Mount Chiliad, the dam.
Objection.
Sustained.
What?
You said sustained. Continue.
No, if he was to continue, I would have said overruled.
So I can continue or can't continue?
Cannot.
Why?
Because it's hearsay. There's no evidence of these.
I'm the chief of police. Like I'm giving you like testimony.
There's no evidence of these things, and it is hearsay at this point.
Well, let's go to a different track.
Okay.
So let's tell me the dealings you had with Mr. Anderson.
The Weasel News guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I never really had a lot of face-to-face except for the fact that I told him he was fake news, and he refused to give up the source as to who leaked the information for the raid. Although the only people that knew about the raid was the FIB. We didn't. I'm sorry, the FIB and Mr. Jack Hoffman. They were the only ones that knew. We didn't even know about the raid, that it was happening or anything until they showed up with warrants and said, "Hey, we're going to be performing a raid on these drug locations."
Okay. So he refused to give up. Was there ever any money involved to bribe said informant?
To bribe the said informant? No, I did actually.
No, I mean to bribe Mr. Anderson to give up said informant.
I did offer him some money to find out who his source was. But again, that's not against the law.
No, it's not.
Myself and several officers actually did do that because we were thoroughly convinced that the FIB had leaked the information, which could have in turn put our lives in jeopardy because criminals could have known that we were performing these raids, and it could have put our lives in jeopardy.
So, do you think it is fair that your assistant chief is getting off with a slap on the wrist and you're having to go through this whole rigmarole?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Did the FIB ever come to you to give you a deal?
Negative. They've never once approached me except to arrest me. Except for the time they did ask me to do a drug test, which I passed, by the way.
Did you ever have any wrong dealings with the FIB?
The fact that I told them that they were all washed up has-beens, that's why they got moved over to the FIB.
Well, I mean,
they
that's
couldn't cut it. That's
personal
about
opinion.
it.
It's just
Sure.
a personal opinion. But I mean, like,
That's the only dealings I've ever had.
so I mean, like, you never had any dealings where maybe they had served you some paperwork.
Oh yeah. They served me a warrant when they arrested me, and after they served the warrant, they searched my vehicles because I of course let them because I knew the warrant was bogus. The warrant had the wrong name on there, and instead of fixing that issue, they tried to sneakily swap a different warrant in my pockets when they were searching me for the old warrant. Instead of saying, "Here, we got this corrected," they tried to be sneaky about it.
I'm going to ask the jury to disregard these statements, considering that the evidence and everything from that has been omitted from the proceedings.
The evidence has, but not the warrant.
Yeah, well,
Everything about that has been omitted from this court proceeding.
I have no further questions for Liz. Yeah, anything?
I don't have anything else.
If there's nothing else, Mr. Cooter, you are allowed to step down from the bench. Are there any more witnesses that need to be called?
Negative, John. Time restraints.
All right. I will then have the state go with your closing arguments.
All right. 1 second, let me just get the voice out of here. Okay, so as seen today, jury and judge, you can clearly see what has been going on in the state, what's been going on with the department. Chief Cooter, he wants to argue about his innocence here, but there's a lot of things that are very clear, and there's a lot of wrongdoing going on in the state currently. Hopefully, as you've seen and heard, you guys will do the right choice here and try to improve the state a little more than what it can be currently. Besides that, all I can really say is if you guys know what the truth is, you guys will commit your verdict in the right way.
Defense, you're up.
All right. Well, ladies and ladies of the jury, I am not going to sit there and vindicate my client in lapse judgment or undue stress. I mean, I do believe it's unfair that my client is being put out to dry where the rest of the entire the entire police department or trooper department has just been given slaps on the wrist. I mean, no one forced them to do what they did. They all took equal responsibility for it. But the FIB wants to lay it on my client's head, which I think is absolutely absurd. Do I believe that Chief Cooter should lose his job? Absolutely not. He has been a great cop for the city. Do I believe that he has problems from undue stress, undiagnosed stress? Absolutely. Do I think those problems interfere with his job? Maybe sometimes. But all in all, I mean, we're here to sit there and decide a man's fate without deciding the rest of the department's fate. That is all.
All right, at this time, I will ask the jury to please stand. I will be asking you guys to step into my office for your deliberation.
Can you repeat that, please? Escort the jury.
Okay, you got it. And please be on whisper while you're doing it.
Went in the judge's office.
No, I told him to go into my office.
Yeah, they have to do their verdict in the other room.
Well, I told him to go in my office. Oh, that room does lock. Whatever. Oh well.
Something they have to look at with their third eye for the actual verdict.
It's fine. Oh.
Yeah, it's an actual verdict thing.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey, it's our first one.
Hey, there's actually a room that you guys go into, and then you can third eye the verdict and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
It's alright, Joe.
I didn't even know it. Boo will show him where it is.
Okay. I'm gonna go and be in my office. Well, what the fuck?
Goofy, stay there.
So you admit that that potentially could be evidence that might prove your guilt.
We admit nothing, we deny nothing, no comment.
You just deny it by denying it. You deny it.
Negative, I said no comment. We're not admitting or denying anything, no comment.
Hey, brother, it's Slim, man. Just wanted to reach out, see how you're doing, man, and touch a little base. If you've got a second, I don't mind your chat a little bit. Call me back. Don't mind. 763-657-9607. Again, 763-657-9607. Thanks so much, man, and I hope you have a blessed day. Peace.
The people over in the next room are heading out of their little meeting, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm bringing her out.
Okay, that's fine. They want you in
Did
the
at
jewelry
least one
room.
of you say yes?
No
I didn't say
comment.
anything.
Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna have to stop asking you to grab for information. You'll hit the
You want me to?
record
You want to stop asking?
What happened?
We have all three of us have the same
Right,
verdict choice, and it's guilty.
I want.
Okay. I will be having one of you guys announce that to the court.
All right, Ted, that's all you.
We had planned for
I
it.
say that's all you.
Oh, we're locked in again.
I believe defense is gone. Not sure.
Pretty sure we're missing someone.
Does someone want to go?
He's on the run.
Yeah, I'll look.
He knew he was guilty, so he ran.
Did you see which way they went?
Who? Kudo?
Yeah, the defense team, Vancouver.
Pretty sure they just went out the door.
Mm.
Just fucking shocking.
What?
Can't just shock him because he's not in the courtroom. Like,
All right, jurors, whenever you're ready.
After the three of us delivered, we each came to the conclusion that the Chief Billy Bob Cooter is guilty.
Your Honor.
You may approach.
Your Honor, it has come to my attention.
All the way. Get this. Make sure you get this on camera.
Your Honor, it seems to come to my attention that one of the jurors.
You guys might want to talk a little louder.
Knows Chief Cooter on a personal level, and we would like to file for a mistrial.
Can't hear
you. Interest.
Yeah, raise your voice up.
I mean, who would that be?
That would be Miss Florida May.
Well, the same would be arguable about the commissioner. She's known Cooter for a very long time. And came to the same conclusion.
What we're saying is they know each other on a personal level.
And the same could be said about the commissioner as well.
No. Being in the polite way, personal level. The unpolite way is they did things.
I could see it being a mistrial. We're gonna go on a brief recess, and me and the defense team will talk about this in my office.
Okay. Cooter is claiming that he didn't recognize her before, but the I guess Miss Florida May or what is her name?
I think that's her.
Well,
yeah. large sums of money, and I guess some lewd acts were done at a strip club.
Okay, well, here's the thing though, is we're very limited on people in the city, obviously. Everyone's going to know him, regardless. So
yeah, he's just arguing that she knows.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. The commissioner used to own a business with Cooter.
Oh, I'm not arguing that.
So I mean, if we're going to, if there's no point in trying to argue. I mean, he didn't have to spend that money with her, right? He didn't have to go to the strip club. So that's his decision. That's not knowing her on a personal level. Personal level, in my opinion, would be more of the commissioner and owning a business and being business partners. And then finding him innocent rather than guilty. Does that make sense?
That does make sense, you know. I'm just placating the client because I'm being begging to do other spiritual things right now. Well, I thought it was going to take 30 minutes. It's taking what? Like 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
So you just go ahead and deny the motion. We'll continue on.
Yep. Motion denied.
Okay.
And I'll announce that in the court.
Okay.
How? There's no way. Nah, this judge is correct.
May me and the defense attorney here, Mr. White, approach you real quick, or Robinson?
Yes.
If we can we speak in your quarters very quickly?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
He wants to speak to you in private real quick.
Yeah, can we speak in private, just three?
Yep.
So, sentencing, I know you haven't gotten there yet, but I want to cut a deal with the defense team.
Okay.
Since I think for most cases, looking at SAST, there's really not much of a replacement for him, and I think in overall, he made big ass mistakes, but I think he can be repaired. FBI director agrees, and so does the other agent. So, for the deal I'm trying to cut, no jail time for him, but he will have 3 months of supervision and classes with the FIB director himself. He will do rehab and NA for 3 months.
I'm gonna go with 6 months because McWhite went for 6 months, or is going for 6 months, once a week for 6 months.
7 months then. 7 months then.
No, it's just 6.
Okay, fine, 6. Whatever. 6 months of supervision and classes with FIB director, NA, rehab. What's it called? He has to do a drug test every week or every time he gets on duty and off duty. He will also be docked for the first 3 weeks of him going back on duty. He will be docked $1,000 off his paycheck.
I'm not gonna go that far. I won't dock his pay, considering he's been without pay for this long.
Yeah. Yeah, he has been able to talk on duty at all.
Can we find him? We'll find him 2,000. I think that's fair enough right there.
Okay. So rehabilitation, fine, counseling.
And classes with director and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling continuous counseling, if you want to call it like that.
Yeah, for 6 months. And $2,000 fine, and that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. He gets to keep his job.
Yep, stays as chief. He will have to do that.
Well, and honestly, the court cannot fire anyone anyways. That would be up to HR.
Well, I mean, if he was sentenced to prison automatically, he would be automatically fired. So This is a plea deal that's worked out. He gets to keep his job, keep his position as long as he walks the fine line.
Actually, for one more stipulation with this, before he can come in, he needs to make sure he gets signed up for all those classes. So before he clocks in any time, he needs to have the director obviously there and either me or the judge there to see that he's signed up and verified all his classes are scheduled.
Okay.
Which can be any day of the day that he comes back.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
so once a week for 6 months, he's got to take a class with the director.
Yep. And then he has to do rehab on another day, and then another day. So that's just stuff that can be scheduled.
Well, right now the director is the one who does the NA meetings and stuff.
Okay, then perfect. You can just schedule with him, and rehab can be scheduled with him too, I guess. We'll just do everything with director. Fuck it. Give director a job to do. Lazy bitch. But yeah, so we're good with this deal.
yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So with that said, I got nothing else. We can go back out there, sentence him, and he can go back to work whenever the fuck he comes back.
Yep.
All right. Appreciate the talk.
Good talk.
I fucking beat it.
So how'd you beat it?
So before we do,
Yeah, I was
before
talking
we
about
do
the
any kind
song.
of sentencing
Beat
or
it.
anything like that,
Mike
I have a
Jackson.
moment to
happened?
converse with my client.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, I hate that I said.
Please don't smoke in the courtroom.
Please speak up.
Please don't smoke in the courtroom.
I'm really stressed here, Your Honor.
Smoke in the corner.
God, dude, when you stomp, somebody should stomp out that cigarette. You just threw it on the ground right there.
That's fake wood. It won't turn on fire. You'll hear in a second. Just we'll let the judge say everything. Actually, excuse me, man. Can I talk to Director Streets in your office real quick?
You said what?
You may.
Come on, Streets.
Sure.
Hey.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can do an interview.
Yeah.
Make sure you're on Whisper Street.
Who's going to? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yep.
Wait, what did you do?
Nothing.
Did someone just fall out?
I'm gonna go look.
McWhite's got him.
Here.
Forgotten to eat and drink.
And don't forget to move around some, cause you'll get a deal before it kicks you.
All right, we're ready to get this done. Oh, somebody else died.
People forget to eat sometimes, you know.
Man. Need some milk. All right, we're all ready, I guess, after EMS picks up this poor fella.
approach real quick with the fence one more time?
Yep.
I forgot to mention, obviously, with what we said, that thing on his ankle goes bye-bye after that.
Correct.
Of course.
I figured as that much.
Just wanted to make sure that it's just.
Yeah, it's gonna go away now.
Yeah, once everything is said and done, they'll get, you know. Just wanted to make sure it was said, so it wasn't confused about later.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
He under arrest for what? No, I know.
Could have just carried the guy.
Yeah, you could have.
Left that bad.
All right.
My shoulder hurts right now,
So sentencing will be as follows. Chief Billy Bob Cooter, you will be instructed to once a week attend rehab, once a week attend an NA meeting, and once a week go to a rehabilitation therapy treatment, all of which are different days of the week. This will be completed by the director Streets, either myself or the Attorney General Bulow, or not Bulow, Bishop Riker will have to be present for the sign-off. You will also be taking a drug test before and after each of your shifts for 2 weeks. And your ankle monitor will be removed today. You will not be facing any jail time, but you will need to pay a $2,000 fine.
Okay. How many weeks I gotta do the NA and stuff like that?
For 6 months.
6 months?
Correct.
Yeah, I got 6 months of this.
All right, that's fair enough.
If there is nothing else, I will adjourn the court.
I'm free. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Streets to get done.
Stood there for fucking 2 hours and did fuck all. You know, I suppose. You could have been on the stand, bitch, but you decided not to. Protect Papa.
Here would be conflict of interest, wouldn't it?
Protect Papa.
That's conflict of interest, dipshit.
Do you feel that that was a conflict of interest that that would have skewed the results of these findings?
Actually, no. What it is that the person, and it sounded like that his prosecution team knew about it and tried to hold it in a bag to use it against the court, which kind of backfired on them. After talking to the Attorney General, he stated that you are supposed to, if you notice anything like that, you're supposed to state it right away for a mistrial on that, and they didn't. They held it in the bag. So that's why I'm pretty sure the ruling went the way it was. The deal that was cut, I'm not sure it was cut by the team, the defending team or not. I just knew that the Attorney General.
I feel like that should have definitely made it a mistrial. I didn't know
know that was her. Honestly, they said that.
You know what? Fuck this. Streets are not going up.
Apparently, she told
Yeah,
that
and
my employers that I should have said something in the beginning, but I didn't know that was her specifically because I've never seen her with clothes on. So
it's like, and of course, this is like kind of throat shit show.
Over there.
Okay.
For the most part, successful. He got his plea deal, even though it's kind of down at that point. But he got his plea deal. He's all happy now.
Yeah, he's all happy. He gets to keep his job.
He'll be fat soon too. He'll be fat.
Be fat.
Yeah, once you get off drugs, you really gain a lot of weight.
Yeah, you gain.
That is true.
Usually, a lot of people in rehab they gain a lot of weight. So
yes.
Wait until you see chunky cooter someday.
Yeah, well, I don't do drugs, but unfortunately, I have to go to get some other stuff done.
Alrighty. Oh, see you later on, Mr. Robinson.
Same to you, sir. Same to you. Hopefully next time it'll be a little bit better if, you know, people are communicating with each other.
Very true. Next time we gotta make sure we get the right people from the beginning.
Well, I mean, I stepped in because nobody else was on, so it's just like, yeah, I had to do it.
And I stepped in because exactly the same goddamn
same goddamn thing.
Mr. Judge, can I go back to Washington now? This godforsaken state is awful.
I mean, until I summon you again, yeah.
I feel very hurt.
Deuces.
You think deuces?
Fuck the state.
Stabbed me in the back with a knife, man. It really hurts.
My plane ticket isn't until tomorrow. Never mind.
It really breaks me, man.
Oh, well, you're stuck here for a little bit longer then.
I do need to get your phone number, Mr. Riker.
I'm really hurt, man.
There you go.
All right, well,
I did
I'm
not
gonna pop
receive
out
it.
of here because I got a couple things I got to take care of.
I did not receive it.
Now you should have.
Alright, Judge.
We're gonna have one more case coming up with SAST soon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but this time someone is losing their job and their freedom.
What?
Yeah, I found out about that today.
Yeah, we're gonna, you know, people want an example out of SAST since, you know, everyone's getting a slap on the wrist. So, okay.
What?
We'll give them an example.
Oh, well, you let me know now. So
Who is it?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
I
Maybe
mean,
this time you'll be on the prosecution
Yep.
prosecution side, and you can do that with me.
Okay, yeah.
What is it like?
Because I mean, I do both prosecution and defense. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right now you technically do both. So for now, yeah.
He's a floater.
Yeah, you can do this. You can do the next one with me, so that you have the prosecution side to work on.
Okay, yeah, just get with me.
There
yeah,
was-
my number.
There were so many things prosecution should have objected to.
I know, but there's no point. It was funny.
Hashtag fake news. You should just change your name to CNN.
My favorite part was Anderson, because you know I was like, yeah, they're not really gonna get much of Anderson or argue much with him, because he likes to argue.
I'm not done with my questions,
And
sir.
he just keeps going and going and going and
Oh, yeah,
going and going.
he told
And
the
by
story.
that time, by the time you're ready to like move on or just object or anything, it's just like, okay, let's just, I'm done. I've got no more
Did you
questions.
testify against me too, Doofy? See, you know what? I should make you a
Yeah,
assistant chief.
you wanna know how you fuck with McWhite?
You know what? Give me a while to get a few things in line in the department. We'll see you moving up pretty quick.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
I'm happy with it.
No problem. It might cost a job.
Thank you for
No
selling out
waits
your
left.
chief real quick.
Okay, I'm done talking to you. I love you, Cooter. I'm sorry, my guy.
What?
Not enough.
What?
I'm sorry, buddy,
Sorry, what?
for everything that happened.
No, you tried to lie against me.
No, I did not.
You did.
I actually had no comment
Oh
on
shit, he turned his back to you.
Well, good,
What?
congratulations for your plea deal.
Yeah, appreciate that. Who do I pay this $2,000 to?
The court. No, not him.
No, we came to one. I'm just
You'll get fined whenever you come back and make sure everything is scheduled and shit.
I think he would have to get with the FBI director to pay.
Oh yeah,
God.
his classes and all
I
that.
mean, if you pass it to me, I'll pass it on to him. I promise.
Just remember, Cooter, when you're going to rehab and stuff, try not to gain too much weight.
I'm gonna try. I mean, I don't know why I would gain weight. I mean, I'm not a drug addict. I don't do drugs. I do a lot of sugar, you know. have a lot of sugar in my diet.
When I see Chunky Cooter, that's gonna tell me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the fact we gave you the deal, because really, there's no one else that fucking can do your job. And
Yeah, can you tell McWhite that though? Because he seems to think he can still do my job.
I don't know about that. Nah, we wanted to keep you on here.
I
There's no
don't want
reason to
those.
remove you.
So,
You can be repaired.
Mr.
It's not
McWhite,
like you're lost yet.
the outcome of today's
Oh, okay.
court case. How do
So,
you
for the most part,
feel that the state decided to turn against you?
Shit, where's the
becoming
EMS
chief
lady? I've got a gun.
And keeping Cooter
You have
as
a
chief?
gun? What do you need?
I took her gun.
Despite your
Oh.
testimony
Oh.
against Chief
Oh,
Cooter.
shit.
Chief.
She
I
caught a
think she flew
flight.
off.
To be completely honest, I agree with the outcome of this, and I'm glad my dear friend Cooter here, who I've known for quite a while, is getting to keep his job. He definitely could do handle the responsibilities a lot better than I can.
So what you just stated was that you agree that Chief Cooter is corrupt and is guilty of corruption.
No, I'm saying
You just said that you agree with today's outcome, which means you agree
that he got to keep his
that he
job.
was guilty.
I agree that the outcome that he got to keep his job, and I still get to serve under him because he's a great man.
Oh, he's a great.
No problem, sir. You too. Mr. Darrow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you good?
Yep.
All right. All right, I'm gonna be walking outside. I gotta get all this shit together with that dipshit, I guess.
Yep.
All right, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're doing interviews out here.
I can't wait to see how this story gets twisted.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's gonna get really twisted.
I think they've learned
We
their
have
lesson.
no comments with you, sir. We have no comments with you, sir.
I don't even remember that. I wasn't in my right state of mind. No, I think I was had the flu or something.
Excuse me, Judge. Do you have a moment of for a interview?
Sure.
All right. Give me 1 second. Well, sorry. Don't mean to get closer.
Hey, thanks so much for the like, Brian.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right. How do you feel about the outcome of today's case? I know you have, as a judge, have to be unbiased, but how do you personally feel about it?
I personally feel that it was fair and just.
What were your thoughts when you found out that one of your own jurors that was selected was, in fact, the stripper in question with cahoots to Chief Cooter?
It felt that the fact of the matter is basically the way that I saw it was that she's a stripper, and that if in fact that the jurors were to have been in fact not logical in their reasoning and finding him guilty, that if there was a true and personal relationship going on, they would have found him innocent rather than guilty.
Okay. I have one more question. What made you decide to be so lenient against a state official that runs the San Andreas State Troopers?
I believe that everyone has a chance for rehabilitation. everyone deserves to have a second chance, and I believe that this will be his wake-up call to change his ways and to do better for this great state.
Okay, and us at Weasel News would like to thank you for being a just judge. Thank you so much for bringing, the lawless to the law.
You're very welcome, and I appreciate you guys reporting daily.
Thank you. And we're clear.
Judge, can I talk to you real quick?
Yes.
So, can I get this the no contact order lifted since all court proceedings have been finalized?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Considering it looked like during the entire court proceedings, up until I said something about the cell phones being removed, that you guys were communicating in the courtroom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have to lie.
I was trying to apologize, that's my man.
Regardless, you broke the court order.
But we could look past that, right?
The court order is lifted.
Perfect. Thank you. Can you email that over to me too, just so I can have a copy of that?
I don't believe I ever even sent a copy of the original court order stating that.
What are you doing?
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Alrighty, court is now adjourned. I will be ending the stream here. You guys